when you look at the crowds today, you have maybe 5,000-6,000 people here. On the streets yesterday, 1 million people, 1 million Iranians in the street for the Ayatollah Khomeini. Does that not give you concern? Does that not make you afraid?
Because they are afraid, yeah, that's right. And most of the people don't say anything because they are afraid. And they are in silence, you know, they don't say anything.
Is this the silent majority of Iran out here now?
Yes, that's right.
Do you want the Shah to return?
Yes, Shah, return to the country.
What about you, Shah? Why do you want the Shah? Why does she want the Shah?
ما شاه میخوایم ما بیچاره این
شادی کشتنش حلاله کجای قرآن گفته
47 years we've been bleeding in the dark, under the shadow of the Islamic regime, with a stone-cold heart. They silenced our voices, they turned off our light. 58 days without internet, but we still fought the night. Our children took the streets, they raised their empty hands, and the world looked away. Do you understand? Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? 42,000 souls are gone, killed in 2 days by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you just given up? Do you know Europe? Do you feel anything at all? Or did something break inside you while Iran answered the call? Do you know Europe? 42,000 lives, 2 days, that's all it took. Mothers and fathers and sons, did you even look? We stand with Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, our hope and voice. Millions behind him marching, he is our only choice. He only fights for freedom, democracy and human rights. But you mock him in your chambers while he fights for our lives, to pull us out of this darkness, this century-long night, while you sign deals with our killers and call it diplomatic right. Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? They hang 60, 40 souls one by one, hanged within 4 What turned your heart to stone while our story went untold? Is oil worth more than blood? Is silence worth the shame? Because while you negotiate with murderers, we are dying, calling your name. Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? 42,000 souls are gone, killed in 2 days by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you just given up? Do you know Europe? We are still here. We are still strong. Do you know Europe? How much longer? How much longer? How long? Do you know Europe?
To all of our friends around the world, under the yoke of the Islamic Republic, Iran is identified in your minds with terrorism, extremism, and poverty. The real Iran is a different Iran, a beautiful, peace-loving, and flourishing Iran. It is the Iran that existed before the Islamic Republic, and it is the Iran that will rise again from its ashes the day the Islamic Republic falls. So let me be clear about how a free Iran will act towards its neighbors and the world after the fall of this regime. In security and foreign policy, Iran's nuclear military program will end. Support for terrorist groups will cease immediately. A free Iran will work with regional and global partners to confront terrorism, organized crime, drug trafficking, and extremist Islamism. Iran will act as a friend and a stabilizing force in the region. and it will be a responsible partner in global security. In diplomacy, relations with the United States will be normalized, and our friendship with America and her people will be restored. The State of Israel will be recognized immediately. We will pursue the expansion of the Abraham Accords into the Cyrus Accords, bringing together a free Iran, Israel, and the Arab world. A new chapter will begin, grounded in mutual recognition, sovereignty, and national interest. In energy, Iran holds some of the largest oil and gas reserves in the world. A free Iran will become a reliable energy supplier to the free world. Policymaking will be transparent. Iran's actions will be responsible. Prices will be predictable. In transparency and governance, Iran will adopt and enforce international standards. Money laundering will be confronted. Organized corruption will be dismantled. Public institutions will answer to the people. In the economy, Iran is one of the world's last great untapped markets. Our population is educated, modern, with a diaspora that connects it to the four corners of the world. A democratic Iran will open its economy to trade, investment, and innovation, and Iran will seek to invest in the world. Opportunity will replace isolation. This is not an abstract vision. It is a practical one, grounded in national interest, stability, and cooperation. To achieve this, now is the time to stand with the Iranian people. The fall of the Islamic Republic and the establishment of a secular, democratic government in Iran will not only restore dignity to my people, it will benefit the region and the world. A free Iran will be a force for peace, for prosperity, and for partnership.
وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه روبروم یه واژه یه هدف به نام انتقامه پشت سرم دعای مادر و تو دستم تفنگ بابامه رو زبونم اسم شاه بگینین عشق بی انتهاست هر جا اسم ایران اومد اونجا صدای بچه رضاست فردا می نویسن تو کتاب قصه دیمار بگو با تیر جنگی کشتن بچه های بیگناه رو بگو از بخت مادرها چیر زنا و دختران بگو تنها شهید شدیم تا تنها نمونه شامون وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه
وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه آمون کم نیست همه خسته این قبول اما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم بالا و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه
سلام من به تو یار قدیمی منم همون هوادار قدیم
سید سلام چطوری مردک کلی کتلت شدین دایی بدون مدرک سلام بسیجی قهرمان رفتی پیش توسی با پنیر و یه نون سنگک سلام به محفل قرآنیتون سلام به مدیرای بحرانیتون سلام به حاجی اکبر و طوله هاش و خارج و رفقای ارگانیتون سلام به دوستای پول ملت که تش میفتین توی تور ملت سلام به همه شما کرکسایی که دارین نونتون رو میزنین تو خون ملت ساکتش زیر دست و پاک و تک بخورین حالا هی به یه بادکنک بدوین سلام آخر تو زندان باشه وقتی قرار به این آب خنک بخورین مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا اینو بگذاریم به خاک میرسیم تجزیه طلبی که به خاک بیرسیم ایران مردمش وطن پرستن از کرد تا بلوچ بری به فاک بیرسی توف به هر چی مرسی است توف به هر کی در پی تجزیه است توف به لوی و همونی که شیفته ی گل ملیگرا تو وطن خدا نسلی هست سر کردستان همه برپا شدن بلوچستان فدای مهسا شدن شم واحد که شیر و خورشید ما بقی جعلیا تنها شدن شادی باشه واسه همه در میهن کور بشه چه شهرچی اهریمن رخ رو بگید اون 6 کلاس سواد و خبرگان و مجد سری ترجیحن شبهای عروس و دامادی باشه برن سلامتی نوش کنن آبادی باشه بحثت کجاست میدون شهیاده به سمت اتوبان آزادی باشه سلام به نسل ندید پدیدا نبودیم ندیدیم قدیمتی ما شاه بود تو شادی کل میزدین حالا شاه بر میگرده پیک میزنین مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا
فاهنگ به این خوشگلی با نوایده بود اسم این مشخواهن رو توش بیاریم ولی خب لازم بود دیگه فکر کنم با نوایده
Let's go. میخوام بگم از دلم، از عشق به این میهنم، به امید روز شکست دشمن شاه برمیگرده به وطن. برگشتن پهلوی، وحشت هر اجنبی، بلند بگو همشهری شاه رضا پهلوی. نظام رسیده پرتگاه، بلند بگو جاوید شاه. برگشت شاه به میهن، دوای درد وطن. این آخرین نبرده، پهلوی برمیگرده. داره میاد پهلوی، زجه بزن سید علی. راه نجات وطن، پهلوی هموطن. ایران میشه گلستان، شاه که بیاد به ایران. ایران که شاه نداره، حساب کتاب نداره. آخون باید گم بشه، توپ تانک فشفشه. گم شو بیرون اجنبی، داره میاد پهلوی. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. ما شاه میخوایم نه ملا، بزار بشنوه دنیا. ایرانی داد بزن، شاه تو فریاد بزن. برگشتن پهلوی، وحشت هر اجنبی. بلند بگو هموطن، شاه رضا پهلوی. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. بلند بگو جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. بلند بگو جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه.
Look at us here today. We see so many flags representing so many nations. We know we are not alone, and we thank you for being with us. For all people around the world who stand today in unity with the Iranian people, this is not just because it's good for us, and you do it out of compassion and care for our rights to liberty and justice and equality and human rights. But understand that it is in your best interest too, to have, unlike this regime that has been propagating terror and radicalism, we the people of Iran are peacemakers and not warmongers. We like to be friends, especially with the free world. We'd like to be able to have the best neighborly relationship with the people of our area in the region, with the Arab countries, with Israel, and all our other neighbors. We are fighting for justice, we're fighting for human rights, we are fighting for liberty, we're fighting to put an end to all sorts of discrimination. Because as an Iranian, I stand here to tell you that I've dedicated 47 years of my life because I think that my country deserves far better than what we have right now. To now understand that their best remedy is to support the people of Iran, because ultimately a free Iran will be your best partner, not just to bring stability and peace, but it will be in your best economic interest and opportunities. Together we can prosper again, and the world will be so different once the Iranian people are free. I am here to guarantee a transition to secular democratic future. I am committed to be that leader of transition for you, so we can one day have the final opportunity to decide the fate of our country through a democratic, transparent process, through the ballot box and free elections. And let's make sure that this time, especially the free nations of this world and their governments, stand on the right side of history.
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Great. Have you do a quick 5 count for us?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Perfect. How's your day going, man?
It's going great.
Great to hear. Have you just tilt down your camera just a tad bit?
I can't. I can try to sit up though.
Sit up like you are for the hit. I'm going to bring you up on my end. Just not checking out with audio. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Hi guys. I'm on Newsmax.
It's great to have you back with us. Great to be with you, Edie. You know, I look at the president's pick of a scandal-like candidate, contestant, and that went against the state and national party.
Good afternoon, this is New York Audio. Are you hearing the show right now?
Yes, I'm hearing the show.
Thank you.
It'll cost twice that to have a shot for Paxton to win the seat. Money the party hoped to spend on seats they wanted to flip. A GOP operative told Axios that, quote, the president picked his candidate and now the president can play a role in making sure the seat stays red. You've run the numbers before. How much does that price tag for a seat like that hurt the hopes in, say, Georgia or Michigan, New Hampshire?
Well, I think it's really interesting that people are looking at the price tag. The reality is that the $125 million, I think 100 of it was spent by Cornyn. So the folks who wanted to stop Paxton from being the nominee were the folks who put all the money in, and in spite of it, John Cornyn still lost like 30 points. So I think that tells you that money isn't necessarily the animating thing. People think it's money is everything in politics, but the more and more I look at it, the less and less I believe that. I certainly didn't believe it at the time that I was there. And the reality is Ken has a very strong base. This is a base election. It's a midterm election. That base will be energized. It's not just the MAGA base, but Ken's been involved in Texas politics now for close to 20 years and has a long track record. Yeah, I mean, he's got some controversy around him, but he's been a conservative fighter. That's that people are excited about him. So
hi, Goldie. Jonathan in New York. How are you?
Democrats end up spending a lot of money there if they do.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us today and taking time out of your Saturday to do this. We're thrilled that you're here as always.
On both sides, if they decide to.
Terrific.
I can tell you,
you'll be up in our next segment. Keep on listening, and we're looking forward to having you on.
Race in Atlanta.
Thank you.
Is worth just as much as a race in Texas and costs about 10% of what a race in Texas costs. So
that is a very good point.
So there'll be money spread around to where they think they have the best chance of winning.
Okay. You know, California's last Republican governor was Schwarzenegger. He left in 2011. Now, Trump's endorsed Steve Hilton, and he's slightly trailing behind former Biden administration Secretary Javier Becerra. Reading the tea leaves, do you think that California is ripe for a possible Republican victory?
They should be, but given how disastrous Gavin Newsom has been, how bad Karen Bass is, and you can go on down the list of all of their, Becerra as the Attorney General has been a disaster too. It's just bad policy. The reality is Marxism doesn't work, socialism doesn't work, and it's not working for California. They're losing jobs. They have the highest gas prices, highest utility bills. You can go on and on. Cost of living there is ridiculous. And it's fine if you're part of the millionaire class out there that supports these Democrats. But I think a lot of blue collar people are starting to look and say, well, maybe this isn't all what it's cracked up to be. And Steve presents a very moderate tone. He's not a hardcore conservative, but he's a very reasonable, practical guy. Again, I don't hold out a lot of hope, but if he can get into a general election, you never know what could happen.
Yeah, well, I believe that the governor has said that if the Republicans make it in there, that he's somehow going to change the rules again. So you never know until the very last bit of it. But staying in California, the president endorsed retired Marine and former Stockton mayor Kevin Lincoln, hoping to oust Democrat Congressman Adam Gray. How strong do you think his argument is for change?
I look at all of these races that the president has endorsed, and it certainly helps people in a primary. I mean, there's no question that the has an ability to rally the folks who support him. I can't remember any president who has a more personal connection to his voters than Donald Trump, and that they're willing to follow his lead almost without question. And so again, for California, the key is to get in the primary, to win one of the top 2 seats so you can get into the runoff in November. So, we'll see what happens. I think a lot of these other endorsements that he has in Iowa and Oklahoma, South Carolina, those races are very hotly contested. And I think those are where he's going to really make the difference.
Yeah. Turning to Iowa, one of Trump's longtime supporters, Senator Joni Ernst's seat is open. The president endorsed Congresswoman Ashley Hinson. Now, in a theoretically general election matchup, the polls indicate she's slightly behind the Democrat challengers, either Zach Walz or Josh Turek. Do you think that is Iowa for Trump and Republicans, or is it still sort of more moderate ground?
No, I mean, Iowa has trended decidedly conservative. I mean, the races for governor and senator in the last several election cycles have not been close, and the legislature is all 4 House seats are Republican. The legislature has I think in one House a veto-proof majority or an overwhelming majority, and very close in the other. So it's a decidedly red state. But I think what you're seeing with Hinson and some of the other congressional candidates is, these districts that, were trending Republican in this midterm are trending back the other way. There's a lot of concern about the economy. There's concern about the war and prices, et cetera. And so those races are going to be up in the air until I think we get some sort of resolution on this war. I think the real key point in that is, getting, not necessarily getting Iran out and not having a nuclear weapon or getting that dust. I think the most important thing right now is to get the Straits of Hormuz open, have no Iranian or Omani control of it. That will lower gas prices, stabilize the situation, and I think really help domestically quite a bit.
So it sounds like you think the key to these midterms really is not necessarily international impact, but much more the gas, the basics that people are facing every single day.
Yeah, the consequences of policies that affect people's pocketbooks are always the things that matter. Having said that, people are not going to be happy. The Republican base will certainly not be happy if Trump, signs a deal that is considered a defeat, like allowing Iran to control the Straits of Hormuz, et cetera. So it's a balancing act for the president. One thing I do know, and I listen to what he says very carefully, he understands that.
Yeah.
And I think he'll get a good deal in the end.
Okay, Senator Rick Santorum, thank you so much.
Thank you, Edie.
Precarious peace. We break down the latest in the war with Iran as we were discussing. A preliminary deal is done, but will it lead to a permanent end? Our own Trent Murray gives us an update next. This is Saturday Agenda.
Hey guys, we're just in a commercial break. Can we speak? Yeah, I muted my Zoom mic, and I have to unmute my Zoom mic in a moment when the commercials stop. And I'm hiding my mouth so they don't see me speaking.
Okay. Proud of you, Goldie. You're
Thank
gonna do
you.
great.
Hi everyone. We'll do the opening. We'll do the Iran Revolution Live opening. I just got like this last minute interview request, and it started right at 1 p.m., which is when
That's
we
great.
start our show. So, guys, shh, guys, shh, whisper.
Guys, when you're typing in the chat, put /whisper
Yeah.
at the end of it.
Don't use capitals in the chat. Capitals. Yeah. Capitals is for yelling. Only use lowercase in the chat. Shh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I gotta go back. Potito. Shh.
Oh my god.
دستمو جلو دهنم گرفتم که ندونن دارم صحبت میکنم.
Oh no. Oh, یکی نوشت loud noises in the chat.
No,
Oh
don't put loud noises. Oh no. Shh.
Newton, why did you put loud noises in the
Oh,
chat?
it's starting.
The deal between the U.S. and Iran remains, let's use the term murky. The details of the memorandum of understanding haven't been released, and leaders on both sides have yet to formally agree to it. The president held a situation room meeting with advisors yesterday to figure out how to proceed on seemingly intractable issues. We take you live now to Newsmax foreign correspondent Trent Murray. He joins us from Paris live. Good morning.
Hey there, Edie. Yeah, look, those intense negotiations continuing throughout this weekend, we are being told, following that meeting yesterday in the Situation Room led by the president. Now, we've heard from the president, who has posted on Truth overnight saying, and I'm quoting here, Iran must agree that they will never have a nuclear weapon or a bomb. The Hormuz Strait must be immediately open. No tolls for unrestricted shipping traffic in both directions. He ends by saying all water mines or bombs, if any, will be terminated. Now, the Strait of Hormuz, of course, continuing to be a key sticking point in these negotiations. It is responsible for around 20% of the world's oil and natural gas supplies flowing through there, but traffic has more or less been brought to a standstill in recent months following those Iranian attacks on international shipping. Of course, the US naval blockade also cutting off a source of revenue with ships prevented from heading into Iranian ports. Well, on the Strait, the president has also given an update in this True Social post saying, again, quoting, ships caught in the Strait due to our amazing and unprecedented naval blockade, which will now be lifted, may start the process of heading home. He ends by saying, say hello to your wives, husbands, parents and families from me, your favorite president. So the president seemingly suggesting that this naval blockade could be about...
Hi, Goldie. We should be coming to you in about 60 seconds.
From the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. He is currently in Singapore meeting with key US allies across the Asia-Pacific region, but he was asked about the situation in the Middle East. Here's what he had to say.
Iran knows very, very clearly what our expectations are, and that's on the negotiating team to deliver. They're coming in our direction. The talks have been productive. I think they know where it needs to go, and I'm quite confident with our president, who makes nothing but great deals.
So look, a critical few hours and days ahead here, I think it's fair to say. Certainly the White House is putting out a message that a deal is potentially close, but of course nothing is final until both sides sign on the dotted line. I have been tracking what the Iranians have been saying throughout the day. Their position seems to be the same as it was going into today. Their foreign ministry saying that when it comes to an agreement with the US, it has, quote, not been finalized. So undoubtedly those talks continuing between DC and Tehran. Edie.
Yes, thank you very much, Trent. Yeah, they continue to say that they want, that they will only focus on ending the hostilities. They do not want to discuss nuclear negotiations right now.
That certainly seems to be the position, and we know that that is probably the most controversial part of these talks. We know that the red line for the United States and for the president is that Iran cannot keep that highly enriched uranium because it could mean that they could make a nuclear weapon, and they just do not want to see a world in which the Islamic Republic of Iran has a nuclear weapon in its hands. So look, certainly state media in Iran has lots to say. We know there's been a lot of back channel discussion. Certainly messaging right now from the White House is that they are trying to put diplomacy first, but we need to remember the military option is still well and truly on the table. As we heard from the Secretary of War there, all of those US assets that were in place for Operation Epic Fury when it started, they are all still in the Middle East. So if the president decides that diplomacy is not going to work, then the US military can get back into action extremely quickly.
Right now, it seems like there are two memorandums of understanding out there, but they understand completely different things because the Iranian key issues and the US key issues don't seem to be jiving in that memorandum.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think that perhaps what the US negotiating team is experiencing here is just how the Iranians like to operate. I mean, they have been doing this for the best part of 47 years. They like to string things along, drag out negotiations, buy more time for their regime. They've done this countless times before, and it seems that they are relying a little bit on that playbook. But certainly when you speak to some officials in the region, particularly in Israel, they are cautioning that the Iranians themselves need to be a bit careful here. They may be overplaying their hand. They are dealing with a highly unpredictable president who is not afraid, as we've seen, to use military force in order to force people to the table. So there's probably only so long that the Iranians continue to try and play this sort of long game with the president. It does feel eventually patience could well run out. And indeed, the US military is all in the right position right now to recommence operations if indeed diplomacy falls through.
Yeah, but their most dangerous enemy is the one that's backed into a corner and has no options. And that's kind of been this regime from the get-go. Trent, thank you very much for being with us.
Thanks, Eddie.
You bet. We are joined now by some special guests. We have Mike Baker, host of the President's Brief podcast, James Jeffrey, former Deputy National Security Advisor to President George W. Bush, and Goldie Ghamari, Iranian-born human rights activist. Mike, I want to start with you. The president left the Situation Room yesterday, and we still don't have any memorandum. And quite frankly, what I'm hearing is Iran saying exactly what they said from the start. They control the Strait now, and they're not giving that up, and they're also not giving up enriched uranium.
Yeah, no, and that's the problem here. Is that look, but neither side wants to obviously appear weak, right? The White House cannot come out of this with simply that reopens the Strait in some fashion. I don't think we're ever going to get back to freedom of navigation the way that it was.
Well, if that's the case, then that means we're going back to something that it's worse than it was when we started.
Well, that's a distinct possibility, because what I'm saying is if that's the deal, and then the concept is we'll kick the can down the road for the nuclear discussions, which were front and center at the beginning of this. And in exchange, there are some assets unfrozen, some sanctions waivers issued, perhaps. That's going to be really tough for the White House to spin that as some kind of win, and they. Right. So they're holding out for it. Really, at the end of the day, the Iranian regime sees no upside to doing anything other than what they always do. They are masters at slow rolling negotiations.
Yeah.
And so they see that as why change at this stage of the game. If the economy, though, craters, right, the only thing they have to worry about, the regime, is civil unrest.
Yeah, I'm going to ask Goldie about that in just a little bit. James, though, you understand how Iran negotiates. So when you take a look at this and how they typically have used ceasefire time, what are your concerns?
Thanks for having me on. I'm concerned that the Iranians are not being totally clear on the total lifting of their embargo on the Straits in return for us lifting our blockade. That's the first thing. Secondly, what President Trump needs in the first phase is an Iranian commitment to do something about the highly enriched uranium buried in the ground, and some kind of commitment to do something about long-term limits on enrichment. The details can be negotiated later. If the president doesn't get that, he won't be in a position to release any of the frozen funds, which is what the Iranians want. It's a quid pro quo. And that will be very, very difficult. The Iranians won't budge without that. But the president's playing this right by signaling to everyone he's not in a hurry. He's not too worried about gas prices. They'll come back, whether they will or not. It's a good message to give at this time. And it's a good way to play the Iranians. I'm happy with where he is.
Yeah, well, a lot of the Iranians are educated here in the U.S. They know how midterms work. And so I think that they feel that the time is on their side. Now, Goldie, initially we were led to think that the Iranian people would rise up, that they would seize this opportunity. The president even called on them to do that. But that hasn't happened yet. And of course, it's hard to do that when you're, staring down an army with guns pointed straight at you and not, afraid to use them. What do the Iranian people need to actually rise up? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was interesting to me, Mike. To me, it signals that the Iranian regime felt comfortable, confident enough that they could reopen the internet access. What does it say to you?
Well, I think part of that is, and let's be clear on this one. This is a partial lifting of the blackout, right? So this is not a free and open internet access. In fact, they said we're going to open the internet in a free and regulated way. I'm not sure how you're going to pull that one off. But look, if the White House has patience, and if truly what he says he doesn't care about the midterms, President Trump is willing to wait, maintain the blockade, and really, I know we've got a lot of sanctions there, but we've got to really squeeze that revenue to make sure there's nothing coming in. And then you may get the people rising up. You may get the civil unrest. Look, in January, it was mostly an economic issue that put the people out in the streets to begin with, right? So that's a possibility. The problem there is you're creating a sizable humanitarian crisis, right? We see the same sort of issue in Cuba. So, and does the White House have the patience to do that, getting closer and closer to the midterms with gas prices rising at the pumps?
Yeah, James, how much do the Iranian negotiators understand about the pressure and the political dynamics of midterm elections in America?
They understand the United States very, very well. They have people who study us for many years. But I think the problem is dealing with prior administrations, and I've worked for both the Bush and Obama administrations and worked for then Vice President Biden, so I know them all. They all signaled nervousness about domestic political affairs, and that encouraged the Iranians. President Trump is not. I don't know what he really feels, but he's putting on a good face, and that's exactly the right position to take with the Iranians. They, I think, will believe he will keep this blockade on. They don't believe he's going to go back to an actual war because they know that it's hard for us to achieve anything decisive by another round of bombing. And that would be very unpopular in the United States. But I think they're going to learn sooner or later that he's not going to keep on this economic issue.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for being with us. James Jeffrey, Goldie, Ghamari, I appreciate your time. And to get a bit more in depth in this, you're going to stay with me for a few more minutes at least. And let's talk about that. We've dealt with the Iranians for so long, and oddly,
what was it? Oh no!
Hey.
Goldie.
Oh no!
Hey.
You know what?
I couldn't unmute you because when you mute yourself, it doesn't give me permission to unmute you.
No worries. I didn't know that, but I was screen recording, so here you go. You guys can hear my response.
Oh, thank you, That's great. Oh my God.
Yeah, I recorded because I always record the news videos just so I have a copy of it. So
okay, good.
Yeah.
Oof. Sorry about that.
No worries. That guy with that mic guy was so stupid. Like, who's he?
I wasn't paying attention to what he was saying because I was getting ready to unmute the mic when you speak, and then I was like, "No, it's not working." My heart rate was getting like stressed.
No worries, all good. Here. There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
When you're, staring down an army with guns pointed straight at you and not, afraid to use them. What do the Iranian people need to actually rise up?
Well, the Iranian people, I mean, they tried rising up back in January 8 and 9, and as we know, over 40,000 innocent unarmed Iranians were slaughtered in 2 days alone. I think what the Iranian people need to rise up is outside assistance in terms of either arming the Iranian people, which President Trump said he was trying to do that, but then the Kurds stole them, the separatist Iraqi Kurds, but also eradicating the Islamic regime. I have a feeling that President Trump is working to create the conditions that will weaken the Islamic regime to the point that this time when the Iranian people do rise up, they will be able to take over and reclaim the country. And that's exactly the messages that I'm getting from inside occupied Iran right now after the internet has been reopened after 88 days of silence.
Yeah, that was interesting to me, Mike, that they...
Perfect. Amazing job, Goldie. Perfect answer. Perfect answer.
Thank you. Well, now we can have our belated intro. So,
yes.
Durud, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to day 154 of Iran Revolution Live with your wonderful and amazing host, Mr. Armin Navabi.
And your wonderful and amazing host, Goldie Ghamari.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Armin, how are you doing today?
Oh my God, so many ups and downs. So we have a speech by Prince Reza Pahlavi in Ukraine. We have Hamid Rasai, a member of parliament of the Islamic Republic and a member of the Paidari camp, coming out against Mujtaba Khamenei. Okay. Okay.
Whoa.
And trying to hide. It's so obvious that even the pro-regime people are calling him out. And then we also have, thanks to Goldie, me on OAN. I have a 2-minute video if you guys are interested.
Yes, we definitely want to see that.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, so why don't we start with your 2-minute video?
Okay.
And then let's go to Prince Reza Pahlavi, and then we can go to the Durka jihadis after.
Sounds good. I haven't watched it, so I don't know how I did. So I'm kind of nervous. I don't know if I did good this time. So,
I'm sure you did great. I'm sure you did.
I don't know if I did good. I mean, I don't know if this is a full version of it because they posted this on OAN X account. So I think it's under 3 minutes. I'm sure I spoke for longer.
It's probably a clip.
No, it's a clip. Okay. So this is the only clip I have, so we could watch that for now. This is a 3-phase plan, which first we take Iran by removing Pahlavi, then we will take the Middle East and North Africa by removing Israel as an obstacle from our way, and eventually we go for America and we take over the world. This is in the DNA, and nothing is going to change that. The disagreements is not on this goal. Like, they all agree on this goal. This is why it's the IRGC. The R stands for revolutionary. People need to ask them, why are you still revolutionary? Didn't you win the 1979 Islamic Revolution? Usually when revolutionaries, when they eventually topple the regime, they stop being revolutionaries. So the reason why they're revolutionary, because they're revolutionary against the global order. They weren't revolutionary against Pahlavi. Pahlavi was just an extension of the global world order, and the revolution hasn't stopped. They're trying to export the revolution to completely change the world order in their image. And none of them disagree on this. There are different segments of the Islamic
I don't see them surrendering. We've decimated.
Exactly.
No, I mean, we've decimated them. Over 180 military bases leveled, flattened. Over 90% of their forces are gone. I just don't see, and there's the rhetoric that they're pouring out right now at this late stage. I mean, saving face, sure. Delusional, definitely. I don't see them ever surrendering.
Exactly. You're so right, because surrendering would mean that everything they have been saying and believing in for the past 47 years, everything that they have been saying to their followers has been a lie. So they can't bend the knee. They can't surrender, because if they surrender, their followers will realize that they have been lied to for 47 years and they will lose support. There's one thing that they're trying to do. They're trying to make it seem like somebody like Pezeshkian or people like Rouhani and Zarif within the regime, they're trying to sacrifice them. If they want to be more flexible to the Americans, to pretend that it wasn't us, it was them. But I don't think the regime supporters will buy that. And that's why they're desperate to try to pretend that they're winning. Any signs, this is why they enrich uranium. If the Americans manage to get the enriched uranium out of Iran, it would be undeniable to the regime supporters that they have never been as strong as they have pretended to be. And if they lose legitimacy and support among their last remaining regime supporters, they will not be able to survive. And that's why they can't surrender, because surrendering to the Americans is an admission to their own followers that we have been lying to you for 47 years. Okay. I don't know about that. I'm actually surprised that they picked that part of it.
I thought that was excellent. You know what? The only thing that could have improved is if you were wearing your top hat and monocle. I think that's the only way you could have improved that interview. But
next time.
Other than that, it was fantastic. So no, I really appreciated that. So
okay, you know, I took your points. I was looking at the camera. I was slower. I tried to simplify it. I think I went to too much detail that the audience wouldn't understand.
You did a little bit, because you know what it is. You're assuming you're assuming that your audience is like an Iranian audience, right? So when you go into like when I do my interviews, I don't go into that much detail because I have short amount of time. So I just want to keep it to like the sound clips and the sound bites, right? Because there's so much detail and depth that I can go into. But I think you did fantastic. That was great. Again, the only thing I think that could improve is if you put on like a tuxedo.
Yeah, I will do that next time.
But no, I thought that was fantastic. Really, really well done. And I'm so proud of you. Look at you. You're moving up in the world. You're doing like mainstream news.
Well, you introduced me to them, Goldie, and you also keep giving me advice on how to perform better. So it's all because of you.
Oh, well, you're doing great. You're doing great. I mean, honestly, I think it's really important that those of us who are fighting together to free Iran, that we support one another, right? Because there's so many of these like leftists and, MEK and whatever, like they dominate the media narrative. It's time that, more people from our side are able to do the same thing. So always happy to help.
Thank you. I think I've got a lot of your advice. The last thing I need to learn how to do is to speak more simple, like bring it down to somebody who's not familiar with the concept as much as we are. That's the only thing I need to fix, but I will get that as well.
Yeah, no, but I mean, and that's like, at this point, it's kind of just nitpicking, right? It's nitpicking like the small details, because honestly, like overall, it's fantastic. So it's just a little bit of constructive criticism, but no, like you spoke slow, you're looking at the camera, you're making eye contact. It's not like that. You remember the first interview? I think it was with Ynet or something.
Yes. I was trying to like basically get as many facts. It was like, oh my God, I have 3 minutes. Let's jam pack all the facts in there. Like try to put it all, like speak fast so you can get more points out there.
And it was still good. But it was just like, but you've now mastered it. So absolutely fantastic.
And people in the chat were being so kind. Thank you guys. I see your compliments. I appreciate it.
And guys, I also appreciate that when I was on Newsmax, everyone was guys, I appreciated that a lot of you were using like no capitals and you were whispering, but I saw some of you were saying like loud noises, and some of you were typing in capitals. I saw you guys.
It was your turn. It was in my chat. I'm your turn.
I know. I know who it was. So everyone, but I appreciate everyone in the chat whispering. So thank you for that.
Right. Exactly.
So Okay.
Oh my god.
Let's go to King Reza Pahlavi.
Okay.
Do you have his full video lined up?
I do. It's
Okay.
long. Do you want to do all of it right
Well,
now?
maybe we could just do his speech.
I mean,
How
okay,
long
yes.
is?
Oh, yes, you're right. You're right. The speech without the Q&A part, right?
Yeah.
So that is short. That is 20 minutes.
Okay. So here is so here is His Royal Highness arriving at Odessa.
Your Royal Highness, it's an honor to have you here in Odessa. It's a big honor for me to meet with you, and welcome to Odessa. Welcome to our UNESCO heritage site, Odessa Opera. And yes, we a little bit failed to prepare the nice weather. No, but we have an idea. The thing is that we want all the participants to be inside the building for the first part, but for the evening, for the reception, there will be already sun. So everything is planned. Your Royal Highness, once again, welcome to Ukraine. It's an honor to have you. Thank you very much. Please follow me.
Okay. So now let's go to his speech.
Goldie, before we go to speech, do you want to see the quick post by Hamid Rasai?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Okay, just quickly. So here, this is Hamid Rasai. He posted this. And this is a big deal, and it's making a lot of noise. Also, another thing that we need to talk about, Goldie, is Jafari is now joining with the Vahidi camp against Ghalibaf.
Oh wow!
So yeah, and all the office of the Supreme Leadership is uniting with Ghalibaf against Vahidi and Jafari uniting with each other, and the Paidari camp is feeling completely left out. So they're basically posting this. So there's like a new, basically we're moving into a new crazy like phase of this, game of Durka. But this is Hamid Rasai. Guys, if you look at our Boom Boom chart, he's the only member of parliament other than the head of the parliament, which is Ghalibaf, that is displayed in our Boom Boom sheet. So if you go to the parliament section and go to the executive branch, you can see the legislative branch with Ghalibaf. You see Ghalibaf, and then you see the 289 members of parliament, and the only other person shown here on our Boom Boom bingo sheet is Hamid Rasai. Okay, so Hamid Rasai just posted this, and Goldie, holy crap. Okay, so he said, he began his post by saying, "Che kesani shayeste jagah rahbariyan." Who are the people who are worthy of being in a position of leadership? And then he puts a Quranic verse, okay, Surah Hud Ayah 46, and then the translation in Persian. So this is the Arabic, and this is the Persian translation, saying, God said, "Oh Noah." So this is to Noah. Beyaqin u as khandane to nist. So it's for certain your son is not part of your family. He's talking about Noah's son. U daraya kirdari nashayeste ast. He doesn't behave well. Like he's not, he doesn't have good character. He doesn't behave well, right? Pas chizi ro ke ba an ilm nadari az man makha. Okay, so the rest is not that important. God basically just bragging about himself. But the most important part is that Noah's son is not really Noah's son because of his bad behavior. And then Rasai here continues himself, and the post keeps going and going. And he's basically saying that in this Quranic verse, God is telling Noah that his son is basically not his son who basically drowned in the storm. Don't worry, he wasn't really your son because he was a crappy son, so he wasn't really part of your family. So he keeps on going and going and basically talking about just because somebody is somebody else's son, it doesn't mean they're really a good person or worthy, right? So Goldie, who is he talking about? Obviously,
Mujtaba.
Right? Mujtaba, starting the post by saying who's worthy of this leadership, and then talking about Noah's son not being his son. He keeps on going and talking about how blood relationship doesn't make you like worthy just because you're related by blood to somebody, which is rich coming from a Shia, by the way, because their entire imamate is based on blood relationship. But yeah, so this was seen as a direct attack by Hamid Rasoi against Mujtaba. And then he came out and he put another post and saying like, nah, I wasn't like, no, why you guys are reading into too much into this? Like, I wasn't talking about Mujtaba at all. I'm loyal to our supreme leader. But it's pretty obvious. We have some other statements from the Paidari camp, which are kind of obvious that they're attacking Mujtaba, but I'm not going to list them here because it will take so long. But guys, you can see Mujtaba's supreme leadership is now being challenged by the people that we here already expected. Remember, here on Iran Revolution Live, we already told you that the Paidari camp has always secretly been against the Khamenei camp, but they're obviously too afraid to announce it, right? We told you here that the spiritual leader of the Paidari camp is Mir Bagheri, not Khamenei. Even when Ali Khamenei was alive, this is the spiritual leader that the Paidari camp believes in, not Ali Khamenei. So as we predicted, eventually now that the Khamenei camp is getting weaker, the Paidari camp is becoming more daring with their attacks on Mujtaba Khamenei. And this also shows Goldie that President Trump's ceasefire and negotiations has worked, because I've been following these people for so many years. I have never seen this much of a transparent division among them. Like, everything that we always knew that is happening behind the scenes is now surfacing out in the open for everyone to see because of President Trump's strategy. Because President Trump has 3 weapons against the Islamic Republic: military, economic pressure, but these psychological warfare. And I think that's actually the most effective against the Islamic Republic, because you can't completely bomb the Islamic Republic out of existence. You can't just rely on the economic pressure is not going to destroy the Islamic Republic, because you have to destroy these people by their roots. And their roots is their ideology and their legitimacy among their own followers. And this is exactly how you completely destroy the Islamic Republic. And I think President Trump knows that, and that's why he's taking them through all of these roller coasters.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like Game of Thrones, except Game of Durka, right? So
Game of Durka. Right. Exactly.
Game of Durka. All right. Okay, let's go to King Reza Pahlavi.
Awesome. Okay, let's do that.
By the way, amazing job done by our host today. So let us give a round of applause. Thank you very much. You did a fantastic power. Maybe delivering these remarks. Your Royal Highness, Prince of Iran, Mr. Reza Pahlavi.
You want to hear the intro? Like, yes.
Yeah.
Let's go back here.
I want to see how he introduces him.
Okay.
From many points of view. You know that in the program it was marked as a secret guest. It's time to reveal the secrets. So I'm very much honored to invite to this stage His Royal Highness, Prince of Iran, Mr. Reza Pahlavi.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends. There is something fitting about delivering these remarks here in Odessa, a city that has looked into the face of foreign aggression and refused to blink. A city that knows what it means to defend not just territory, but liberty. I stand before you with the deepest admiration for the Ukrainian people, and with a kinship that is not just diplomatic. It is forged in a shared understanding of what it costs to resist those who believe that might supersedes the will of a free people. I come to you at a moment of great consequences. Iran has endured a year of fire. More than 40,000 of my compatriots were slaughtered in the dark. Unarmed men and women who took to the streets in January, demanding nothing more than the right to choose their own future. They were met with bullets, with mass arrests, with an internet blackout designed to ensure the world would not see what was being done to them. My country has been struck from every direction, by the regime from within, and by the consequences of the regime's own recklessness from without. And yet, the Islamic Republic still stands. Some in this room may interpret that as a sign of the regime's resilience. I am here to tell you it is not. It is a sign of the world's failure to draw the right conclusions from what it is watching. It is a sign that the free world has not yet understood what it is truly fighting or what it stands to gain from that fight when that fight is won. That is what I have come to Odessa to say. Let me begin what you should by now be beyond dispute. The drones darkening the skies of Ukrainian cities are built by the same factories, funded by the same regime that deployed drone surveillance over Tehran's streets to hunt down protesters in the dark. They fed coordinates to snipers and arrest squads operating under an internet blackout they themselves imposed. The same drones have been deployed to armed regime proxies across the Middle East. The Shahed drone does not distinguish between a residential block in Kharkiv, a protest square in Tehran, or commercial offices in Dubai. It serves the same masters and advances the same agenda: the destruction of any sovereign people's right to determine their own future. Tehran and Moscow are merely aligned. Are not merely aligned. They are not merely convenient partners of the moment. They are co-architects of chaos, a doctrine that the rules-based international order is a Western imposition to be dismantled, that borders are suggestions, that sovereignty belongs to the powerful, no matter how wicked, and not to the people, no matter how righteous. That democracies are inherently weak and can be made to yield. This is not a new axis. The Islamic Republic has been waging its version of this war for 47 years against the Iranian people. First against them, then against its neighbors, then against any order that constrained it. Russia has been waging its version for decades against its own democrats, against Georgia, and jointly with the Islamic Republic against Syria and the Ukraine. What has changed is that they are no longer doing so in parallel. They are doing so together, coordinated, emboldened. They have been watching very carefully to see whether the free world will respond with the seriousness this moment demands. Make no mistake, they are watching your response to Ukraine's invasion to calculate their next move in Iran. And they are watching your response to Iran to calculate their next move here. I want to speak directly about something that has troubled me in the years I have spent engaging with governments and security establishments across the democratic world. There is a persistent temptation, understandable, human, but ultimately catastrophic and self-defeating, to seek a deal with despots, to find a way to manage them, to appease them, to sign an agreement, ease a sanction, extend a hand in the hope that a marginal concession would purchase stability. A rabid dog knows only to bite the friendly hand. I understand the appeal. Democracies are accountable to their people. They want results. They want to come home from the negotiating table with something to show. A piece of paper that can be brandished as peace in our time. They want the conflict to be over, the threat to be contained, the problem to be solved, so they can move on, even if only for the duration of their mandate. But let me draw on 47 years of watching the Islamic Republic negotiate with the West, with its neighbors, with international bodies, and tell you what I have seen. Tehran and Moscow play the same rules. The Gromyko rule you are all too familiar with. Begin by dragging things out until your adversaries wear themselves down. Then put forward hardline demands you know they won't accept. Next, hold them responsible for the deadlock. And finally, use the delay to consolidate and improve your position on the ground. Every agreement has bought time for the regime, not for the people and not for the free world. Every sanction relief has funded not schools or hospitals, but the Revolutionary Guard, proxy armies, and the drone factories whose products now circle the city. Every handshake extended to its representatives was a photo op the regime used at home to prove that the world accepted it and used abroad to prove the other rogue actors that patience and persistence in the face of international pressure yields dividends. The Iranian people who have suffered under this calculation for nearly 5 decades have a message for you. They paid the price for every deal the world made with their oppressors. They ask that you not make them pay for the next one. Patient engagement with tyrants does not produce peace. It produces better armed tyrants and more exhausted people. Never trust the world of tyrants. History has recorded this lesson repeatedly. It was true of every accommodation made with the Soviet Union that simply delayed rather than resolved the confrontation. It was true of every concession made to the Islamic Republic that simply rebuilt with maximum pressure had dismantled. Only democracies build lasting peace because only democracies are answerable to the people who bear the cost of war. Despots are not answerable to no one. And that is precisely why no agreement with them is ever final. I want to say something now that I believe this forum is uniquely positioned to hear. A free and democratic Iran is not merely an Iranian interest. It is one of the most consequential strategic opportunities available to the free world in this generation. Consider what changes the day the Islamic Republic falls. The principal financier and arms supplier of Hamas, of Hezbollah, of the Houthis, of the militias destabilizing Iraq and Syria is gone. The regime that has supplied Russia with the drones currently threatening this city is gone. The military nuclear program developed for coercion is terminated. The engine of Islamic extremism that has spent nearly 5 decades exporting instability across 3 continents is disassembled. The Strait of Hormuz is not used to hold the world economy hostage, but to facilitate international commerce and cooperation. And in its place, a nation of 90 million people, educated, entrepreneurial, historically moderate, and geopolitically significant, rejoins the community of nations. Iran sits at the intersection of the Caspian, the Persian Gulf, and Central Asia. A democratic Iran anchored in the free world does not merely remove a threat. It creates a peace dividend of historic proportions for Europe, for the Black Sea region, for the Middle East, and the rest of the world. Ukraine and Iran are fighting different battles on different soils, but we are fighting the same war. We are fighting for the principle that sovereignty lies with the people, that borders are not negotiable, that the international order is not merely a suggestion, that the strong do not have the right to devour the weak. A democratic Ukraine that endures is a beacon for every people subject to foreign aggression. A democratic Iran that rises is a beacon for every people living under theocratic oppression. Each of our victories strengthens the other. Each of our defeats emboldens the same forces. This is why I am calling for a transatlantic coalition, not merely to support Ukraine and not merely to pressure the Islamic Republic, but to confront the Moscow-Tehran axis as the unified strategic threat that it is. This means coordinated sanctions enforcement that does not allow one side of the axis to compensate for pressure on the other. It means arms and intelligence cooperation that recognizes that Iranian drone and missile supply chain as a NATO-relevant threat. It means explicit political support for the democratic opposition in Iran, not as a geopolitical gambit, but as a matter of moral and strategic coherence. And it means a clear articulation that when Iran is free, the West is ready to move swiftly with investment, with integration, with a full embrace that the nation rejoining the democratic world deserves. I have been asked whether I am concerned about the Islamic Republic's durability, whether the regime's continued survival should temper expectations. My answer is no. This is what I see. I see a regime that used Hezbollah operatives and Iraqi and Afghan militias to suppress its own people in January, not because it was strong, because its own security forces could no longer be fully trusted to fire on Iranian citizens. A regime that imports mercenaries to kill its own people is not demonstrating strength. It is confessing to its own collapse from within. I see a military and intelligence establishment whose outer defenses were exposed and degraded. I see an economy in which the currency has fallen from 70 rials to the dollar in 1979 to 1.7 million today. I see a generation of young Iranians, the most educated, the most connected, the most freedom-oriented generation in the country's modern history, who have decided with their lives that this regime has no future. The Islamic Republic is not stronger than it was a year ago. It is hollower. The facade is still standing, but the structure behind it is not. What is required now is not patience with the regime. It is urgency in support of the people rising against it. For this, our strategy is clear. Maximum pressure on the Islamic Republic, maximum support for the Iranian people, maximum defections from within the regime, maximum mobilization of Iranians, and the Iran Prosperity Project. We have made measured progress on each and every one of these, but we have more to do. IPP is a transition framework developed with Iranian experts, jurists, and civil society. An Iran Prosperity Project with 3 phases: emergency, establishment, and normalization, designed to ensure that when the regime falls, Iran does not fall into chaos, but rises into order. A transitional justice program to ensure we move forward, not with vengeance, but with accountability. An economic recovery package ready to be implemented. A diplomatic posture ready to normalize relations with the West, with Iran's neighbors, and build trust with the international community from day one. We are not asking the world to build Iran's future for us. We are asking the world to recognize that we are ready and capable of building it ourselves. And that standing with us now is in the strategic interest of every nation in this room. We do not need nation building. We are ready to build back our own nation. Let me close with this. 47 years ago, my family was forced to leave Iran. I was 17 years old. I left to train as a military pilot, but never returned home. That was not my choice, while it has never stopped being my country. For 47 years, I have carried the voices of Iranians who could not speak for themselves in the rooms that matter. I have never stopped believing that Iran would be free. I have never stopped believing that the Iranian people, who gave the world the first declaration of human rights in Cyrus the Great's cylinder, deserve to live with the dignity they themselves defined for civilization. I am not here today to ask for sympathy. I am not here to describe suffering, though the suffering is real and staggering. I am here to make a strategic argument to this strategic audience at this strategic moment. The Moscow-Tehran axis is the defining adversarial alignment of our era. It must be confronted as such, with the same coherence, the same resolve, and the same transatlantic solidarity that defined the West's finest hour. Ukraine has held the line at enormous cost. Iran is paying an enormous price to break free. The free world has moral, strategic, and historical reason to stand with both. Do not negotiate with the axis of chaos. Confront it. Do not manage the Islamic Republic. End it. Do not wait for a better moment. This is the moment. I'm not waiting. The people of Iran are not waiting. History is the tale of actions, not contemplations. We are doing our part. Join us. Slava Ukraini, Payande Iran.
Slava Ukraini! Oh my God! Yes! Slava Ukraini!
What a fantastic, fantastic speech.
Oh my God, that was fantastic! Slava Ukraini! Slava Ukraini! Goldie, should we add Slava Ukraini to the end when we say
I feel like that would just be way too much.
But we
July?
can include it whenever we're speaking about Ukraine. So we'll definitely
Okay,
add
okay.
it today.
Okay, well, add it just today. Okay, okay. Fantastic. Yes, love it. Love it. Goldie, I have a suspicion that, and I don't know if I'm right about this, but I have a suspicion that this is not just about building a great relationship with Ukraine, which we need, Iran and Ukraine, but it's also about arming the Iranian people with drones. I think this constant meetings and visits between Prince Reza Pahlavi, President Zelensky, and this meeting and this visit could be about what Ukrainians did in Syria to train the opposition against Assad and give them drones. I think this might also be about that.
Interesting. Okay. Huh. I mean, it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. So you're making a very excellent and interesting point there.
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Wow. Okay. I know there's a Q&A portion. I'll play the Q&A portion later tonight, or depending on if we're able to get through all the super chats, we'll go to the Q&A portion.
Okay.
But if we don't if you don't have time for that today, like in Iran Revolution Live, don't worry guys, I will play it later tonight for sure, because I definitely want to watch the Q&A portion of His Royal Highness as well. So stay tuned for that.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's all I have to say.
Okay. So before we go to the super chats, I'm gonna give a sad news. So sorry guys about this. I'm just gonna, because I just saw it. So I'm gonna share this, and then we're gonna go to the super chats. Okay. So Goldie always reminds, Goldie always inspires me to pay attention to this. So Iran sentences another athlete to death over January protest. So let me just read this really quickly for you guys. Sorry, yeah. Iranian political prisoner and martial arts champion Benjamin Naqadi, who was arrested during January protest in Shiraz, that's my city, by the way, has been sentenced to death for spreading corruption on earth. His lawyer said. State media earlier released Naqdi's, I should see the Persian version of this. Naqdi's forced confessions, identifying him as the young man who used a canister filled with flammable liquid to throw flames at governments. But this is forced confession, so I'm not even going to read the forced confession. His lawyer Mustafa Nili told Emtedad that Naqdi was initially issued an indictment on charges including waging war against Allah, membership in groups disrupting security, assembling and collusion to commit crimes against national security, and propaganda against the establishment. Neely added that separate accusations causing bodily harm to officers. Again, I'm not going to read the accusations because they're all just under forced confession. So there's that. So that's him. He's a champion.
You know what? It's actually, it's guys, it's absolutely barbaric. Like, we're literally dealing with 7th century Stone Age savages who literally execute people for the crime of waging war against God. Like that's what happened in, like, I don't know, medieval Europe or something, where, someone was accused of witchcraft and then they were hanged, or, women were burned at the stake or something, right? Like, the Islamic regime, it's worse than medieval Europe. Like, that's how bad it is. It's literally worse than the Stone Ages, where people are literally executed for the crime of waging war against God or Allah or whatever. Like, it's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, yeah, I'm not even gonna. Yeah. Anyways. Okay, guys. Just wanted to share that with you guys, and now we go to your comments. And thank you again for always supporting us. Push-ups is saying, Goldie, can we watch the untold story of the Iran-Iraq war? Iran-Iraq War's frontline children later. That's a good one. Yeah, some history of regime would be useful while Trump makes up his mind. Yeah. So, what do you think, Goldie?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely add that to my documentary watch party list. Thank you,
Oh,
Push
look at that. It's being added to the list as we're speaking. Wow, look at that. She's taking note. That's amazing. Okay, and thank you.
Guys,
Thank you.
when I pull out the pen, that's when you know it's
Yes.
serious, right? Because the pen,
Yeah.
that's like the lawyer and the politician in me, right? So
Yes.
I'm going
yeah.
back to like 2015 here.
Old school. Wow, pens and papers, guys. I haven't seen those for a while.
Oh
Old
yeah,
school.
I have tons.
Yeah.
Even though I have all like my tech stuff here, but you know, sometimes just some good old
Yeah.
paper and pen does the job.
Yeah. Okay, so and we got a big super chat for Goldie. Thank you so much, Scruff Dizzle. Saying
Have a good God, oh, thank you.
That's so sweet.
That's so nice of you. Thank you, Scruff. Have a dirty.
That-
Oh, we have all of your havos as well. Thank you.
Oh, that is so sweet. Guys, that's a very wholesome way of saying that I support you. I have your back. That's I have your back. That's the best translation. That's very sweet. And thank you. Thank you for supporting Goldie. And then we have Amir gifted 1 membership to somebody in Goldie's chat, and then decided to do another gift to somebody in Goldie's chat. Thank you, Amir. Appreciate the support. And then we have PC with a super chat. Thank you so much, PC. Thank you so much for your support. Saying the imperial crown of Iran still exists. It dates to 1920s. Yes, I saw it in a documentary. Perhaps it will one day be worn again. Ooh, Goldie, what do you think? Do you think it would be the same crown?
Absolutely.
Yes, right now. Yes? Okay. Where is it right now? It's in Iran, right?
Somewhere in Iran.
Oh my
I mean, we
God,
would
okay.
hope. I mean, that's assuming that the Islamic regime hasn't secretly replaced all the jewels with, fakes and sold the jewels, right? I wouldn't put
Oh my
that
God.
on them.
Oh no. Okay, that would be a nightmare. Okay. And then we have Amir. Thank you so much, Amir. Saying test 1, 2, 3. Also warming up for the next super chats. Well, thank you for testing. Thank you for testing, and thank you for getting us started on the on our channel. Thank you. Appreciate that. On Liberty Politics. Our first super chat over there. And then we got PC. PC, thank you so much for the super chat, saying it's a very valuable crown made out of solid platinum and covered in diamonds. Yes, and that's the danger, because we actually, as Goldie mentioned, we know the Islamic Republic has sold like carpets and other jewels from the Shah's time, basically into the black market to just make money from it. So hopefully the diamonds are still there on the crown, but that would be devastating if it's not there. Yeah, and thank you, PC. Thank you always for supporting us. Very generous, very kind. And then we have John McTavish saying, Armin for president. No. No. Okay. Armin for president of the free Iran.
Guys, we already know what his campaign profile for. Oh, Armin, if you run for president, can I be your campaign manager? I'm good.
Oh my God.
I'm good at winning elections. I already know which photo we're going to use for your campaign, for your political campaign.
I wonder what Goldie is going to show. I have no idea. Oh, okay. Yes.
Guys, would you not? Okay, like, I'm sorry. In a free Iran, if I'm walking around and I see a campaign photo of this guy, right, with his monocle and his top hat and his mustache, and he's like, vote for me for president. I would not even hesitate. I would run to the ballot box. Yeah, Armin, that is my professional political advice to you. If you want to run for president, or prime minister, whichever one, use this as your campaign photo, you're 100% gonna like it's literally gonna be like 100%
100%.
support for you. Yeah. You'll get 100%
Okay,
of the vote.
okay. Well, good. You gave all that advice to me for free. Like you should have like held some secrets
No,
before.
that's okay. That's okay because then
Okay.
once you become because then once you become a prime minister or president, then I can like take advantage of you behind the scenes, so it's all good,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Like
Sounds
then
good.
then I can pull the strings, right? So
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah, Armin, this
this-
is your campaign photo, Armin for president.
Yep. Okay. Now that I know I'm gonna win, we're looking like that. I'm gonna run for president. There you go.
There you go. Use this as your campaign photo. You'll win 100%.
Goldie, there should be a picture of me, Patipto, and you. Me be like with AR, me looking like that, and Patipto looking like the picture that you have of Patipto.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what you're gonna look like. Like we have to come up with something for you as well. And then we have the three of us. Yeah, that would be good.
We'll come up with something.
We'll come up with something. That's good. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. By the way, that is Mr. NAVABI. I'm just Armin. When that's Mr. NAVABI.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my gosh, guys, this is the Mr. NAVABI that was quoted in the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
Right. So whenever you read Wall Street Journal and that article and it says Mr. NAVABI, this is Mr.
That's the guy.
NAVABI.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No relation. All right. Okay, let's go to the next super chat. Saying, so push-ups saying Rickroll Newsmax. Oh my!
Could you imagine?
Yeah. Imagine.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
That would be terrible.
Imagine that happened.
So bad.
Wow, that would be epic. That would go down in history though if you did that. Oh my god. Amazing. Great idea. Too far. Okay. Lisa, thank you so much. 10 membership to the people in Goldie's chat. 10 people are now members because of Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. And then Hezzy, thank you so much for the super chat saying, look how she keeps mentioning Goldie even though she's not up yet. She is using Goldie to hold the audience. Goldie is that popular. Oh yeah, you're right. She was like, yeah, oh my God, Hezzy, great observation. So like, we're going to bring Goldie soon. Goldie, we're going to ask Goldie. Yes, good observation, Hezzy. Very good, very good. I'm impressed with that you noticed that. Good job. Yeah, Goldie is popular, obviously.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah. Oh wow, this naming. Okay, so Atki Weiriadau Kifiaduron. Nailed it with a super chat. Thank you so much. Saying you did good, Goldie. Even the silence was powerful. You too, Armin. Wow, thank you. You understood your audience. My only criticism is no blazer, but I forgive you. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. I have to. When would I even buy a blazer? I'm streaming 10 hours a day, right? So I will go. One day I will take off live streaming. I will basically, guys, today I'm taking a break and I'll go out and I will buy a blazer. Okay, so just give me some time, but I will get it. Okay.
You can, you can like literally order clothes online. And
I have to put it on.
I know, but you can order like 2 or 3 different sizes and then figure out which is your size and then you return the others.
But okay, so can I admit something? I like shopping for clothes with my wife outside. It's like one of the things that we like to do to each other. So it's kind of like,
I don't get this about taking a break. You should go then.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm saying I'm going to take a break. Yeah.
Good.
Yes. But like, it's one thing like doing. She like, I like to let her, pick it for me, and I try it, and then she tells me like,
that's
that looks good.
Smart man.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. And thank you for the super chat. And then Helen, thank you so much for the super chat saying Mr. NAVABI looking good. Well, okay. Well, I'll tell him. That's the other guy. Okay, well, thank you, Helen. Okay. And then we got another super chat. Aristotle or Plato, thank you so much for the super chat, saying if IRGC are proxy of Russia and PRC, can they be defeated? Yes, because they're expendable, and because Russia and the PRC are not as, I mean, they like the Islamic Republic. They're useful to them. They don't want them to fall. But as valuable as the Islamic Republic is to them, their relationship with the Arab countries around the Persian Gulf is also very important to them. So they're not going to go that they're going to try a bit to save them, but not as aggressively as they would have if they didn't care about the relationship with the other countries in the region. So they have to take that into account. Also, United States is watching, and if they use them too much against United States, they fear what the United States is going to do in response. So they use it to poke the United States, but they don't want to use it to basically go too far. So at some point, there's a limit to how much support they're going to give to the Islamic Republic. Also, as much as they like to use the Islamic Republic as a proxy against the United States, they don't want it to go as far as it becoming a nuclear power, because it will turn from a tool to a regional power by itself, and becomes that powerful, then it will stop being a tool and it will make its own decisions. And then we have a very generous super chat again for thank you so much for Goldie's channel. Thank you so much, Scruff.
Thank you,
Diesel.
Scruff. All right, here,
Yeah,
let me.
thank you so-
I'll
Yeah,
read that. So, Scruff says the Iranian regime believes in the 12er Shia Imam. Yeah, they literally believe that they have to be apocalyptic to bring forth the 12th Imam. We, the people, stand with the people of Persia. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was Armin, I was describing 12er Shia Islam last night a little bit, and I was like, think of like the movie The Ring, where like the Japanese girl is like stuck in the well, and it's like this horror story, and then when she comes out of the well, it's like she starts killing people. I was like, that's like 12er Shia, because like their imam is stuck in a well, and then they have to bring about like Armageddon, and then basically he'll come out of the well, and that's when people start dying, and they all go la la la, and like the jihad.
Oh my
or whatever.
God,
So
Goldie, that's a genius analogy. We should make an AI video with the Mahdi coming out of the well, but looking like that. Ooh, we could make a scary movie version of the Mahdi. That's genius.
I'm guys, I'm fully convinced, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Like, I'm 100% convinced that the movie The Ring is based on 12er Shia.
That's good. I like that. Good one. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna use that. Yeah, I'll credit you, Goldie. Don't worry. Okay.
No, that's fine. You don't have to credit me. It's all good.
No, you should have said, well, you better like watching it like that's what you. Yes. Okay. All right. And then we have another super chat from Push-Ups again. Push-Ups is giving us as many super chats as he does push-ups, or she, I don't know. Push-Ups saying nearly 1.5 million Russian casualties. Putin fell. Yes, Putin fell. We need to liberate Russia, free Russia from the oppression and of Putin. Yes. And yeah, so yeah, I hope more and more Russian people eventually realize how bad Putin is for Russia. And then Push-Ups with another super chat saying this speech against tyranny will anger libertarians. Well, I mean, American fake libertarians, yes. I mean, libertarianism was supposed to be about liberty, and libertarians were supposed to be about tyranny. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, Push-Ups. These new so-called libertarian Americans, apparently libertarianism has turned into supporting terrorism and tyranny. But I know exactly the type of so-called libertarians that you're talking about, unfortunately. Oh my God, yeah. I mean, like nothing says libertarianism more than supporting Hezbollah and the Islamic Republic. Yeah, guys. Yeah, sure. Like the Islamic Republic is the libertarianism supporting, like, is supposed to be about limited government, like the Islamic Republic. Very hands off the Islamic Republic. That's what they're famous for. Limited government. Okay, thank you so much, Willie Coyote, for the super chat. Thank you, saying a democratic Iran changes the balance of power in the Middle East and allows the US to pivot to Asia. Yes, China cannot allow the regime to fall. That is very, very on point. Very. That is the greatest fear of CCP when it comes to the fall of the Islamic. So this is a very tough balance for the CCP, right? If the Islamic Republic falls, then the United States will be able to focus so much of its resources on the basically South China Sea and containment with the CCP. But if the Islamic Republic becomes nuclear, then that would mean that CCP will completely lose control over the Islamic Republic, and it would not be their proxy anymore. So the most ideal situation for the CCP is the current situation right now, exactly how it is right now. So they were trying to get the Islamic Republic to be anti-American, but stay weak. They want the Islamic Republic to be as weak as it is right now. But eventually that would not last. One way or another is going to fall in one of these sides. But very good point. Very good point. Thank you for the reminder of that. And then PJ, thank you so much for the super chat, saying, Armin, keep on fighting. We are by your side. Thank you so much. You know, guys, it's your encouragement and your support and these messages of motivation that you guys send us. That is sometimes I feel like, oh my god, I have 10 hours of live streaming again today, like how am I going to do it? But then I was like, the 10-hour finishes, I'm like, I'm not even tired. Why am I not even tired? And like I realize it's you guys, it's your messages. Like I feel like I'm basically, my job is hanging out with friends and talking about my favorite topic with friends. That's what I'm doing, and that's why I don't get tired. And then Fleshy Interloper, thank you so much for the super chat, always supporting us, saying, do you think anyone in Trump's inner circle supports the deal? A surrender deal? But Goldie, how would you respond to this? What do you think?
I think the deal that they support is the surrender deal that the Islamic regime will never agree to, right? Like that's the thing people have to just realize, is that the conditions of the deal are essentially a surrender deal, and the Islamic regime will never agree to that. So, I mean,
exactly.
Like guys, you have to remember, normal, rational, logical people will always want to choose peace and diplomacy over warfare. But in the case of the Islamic regime, we're not dealing with normal, rational, logical people. We're dealing with this jihadi Islamic death cult, and President Trump has called them, and rightfully so, they're a bunch of lunatics, right? They're a bunch of lunatics. So President Trump's like, you guys are insane. Here's the deal. You can either accept unconditional surrender or we're going to bomb you. Like, he's been very clear about that.
Yeah, exactly. I think that exactly like Goldie said, people in most people in Trump's inner circle are aligned. And even if they have disagreements, they make themselves aligned because their understanding is that they're serving the president, right? So this is what you do when you come to President Trump's cabinet. Even if you have some misalignment on your policies and your philosophy, you are serving the president, so you get aligned. You could do some things a bit differently if you were the president, right? Okay, and then we have Atki. Okay, I'm just going to say Atki. Okay, okay. Atki, thank you so much for the super chat, saying the meeting's big for King Pahlavi. The conference has BlackRock funding all over it, meaning they accept him as a leader. Oh wow, is that confirmed? That's great. If the money is on, Prince, because these are smart people, like private equity firms, they know what's up. right? So if the money is on King Pahlavi, that means that their evaluations are showing that this is the right investment. I don't know if that's confirmed, but like that, if that is true, that's great. Huge endorsement. I'll look into that, by the way, Adki. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. And then Robert the first, saying your voices are so important. Stay safe, and number one. Guys, Robert, never forget,
Aw,
Robert
thank you.
Rogers is, thank you, first
Yes,
person that became
Robert is honorary Iranian number one.
number
We
one.
will not forget
honorary
that,
Iran.
Robert.
We will never forget that. Never forget that. Okay. And then we have Casey. Thank you so much, Casey, for the super chat, saying absolutely loved Armin's Morning Fury. Well, thank you, Casey. Casey, you always appreciate the, is that what we're calling it? Well, let's call it Morning Fury. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Oh my gosh, guys, like on Liberty Politics, I go live before I come here, and I just basically put stuff that are annoying. Like I basically review the most anti-Israeli, anti-Iranian people, pro-Islamic regime takes, and I just respond to it, and we just get angry together. So if you want rage and fury, okay, so just come to subscribe to Liberty Politics and just watch the live stream that we do there. Okay, we just go we just go on another level there. Okay, so that's great. So yeah, it's yeah. Some people think it's too much though, but I don't know. Okay. All right. Yeah, some people say they have my show for coffee. It gives them energy. Bill Herman, love your last name because your name is the basically the Latin version of my name. Herman is basically Armin, the English. Yeah. So Bill Herman saying, is the Islamic regime rebuilding the missile site? So they're rebuilding the missiles and drones. The missile sites, out of 33, 3 of them was fully damaged. The other 30, their entrances were closed with the bombardment. So they're doing 2 things. The 3 that is destroyed, I'm assuming it's very difficult to rebuild the missile site, the missile city. The missile cities that their entrances were closed, they have reopened the entrances, and they are really rushing through rebuilding their drones using help, with the help that they get from Russia. They get the drone components through the Caspian Sea from Russia, and Russia is helping them rebuild their drones. And they're rebuilding their missiles with the help of China, the CCP. And the CCP, basically China is giving them the missile components to rebuild. I'm assuming mostly through land routes. So that's the complete picture. And yes, they are actually really working on rebuilding all of that in the way mentioned that in the way that I mentioned. However, Pete Hegseth confirmed that because it's very difficult for them to rebuild, he just recently confirmed because they destroyed a lot of the factories outside of the missile cities that were in the in the production chain of missiles. So if you can't destroy the missile cities because they're under layers and layers of granite, what Pete Hegseth, the genius strategy that Pete Hegseth came up with, is just destroy the factories that creates the missile the components that goes into the missiles. And this is why China is very important for the Islamic Republic, because right now they can't build the missiles themselves because they blew up the factories that create the components, and China steps in and gives the components to the Islamic Republic so they could build. So guys, this means China is giving the Islamic Republic the tools to kill Americans. Just remember that. And thank you, Bill, for a really good question. And also Russia, not just China. So Islamic Durka something. Love that username and love the profile picture. Goldie, look at that.
Oh my God.
And not only that, the username is a quote from you too. The
Islamic Durka something. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Guys,
Okay.
you know, Armin, there's like 154 days worth of like quotes and like, you know,
Right.
crazy things that I've said
I know.
over the last 154 days. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So many memories. Oh my
Oh,
god. I'm hoping one day AI could go and find the best moments, or maybe our community could help us, and we could make like a back-to-back like video of the most, you know, precious moments, interesting times, the funniest moments, like maybe like a 20-minute video of all those highlights. That would be
oh my
fun.
gosh. You know what I would love to do is I don't have the time for this, but I'd love to like get like a time lapse of all of our like heydays, like kind of like when we first started and then how we kind of like significantly progressed, and you know now we've come to like the point where we both wear black, and you know we have like both of us have like the green headband and the sunglasses, right? So now we have like a whole outfit for that.
Oh
So
my god, that would be
like
awesome.
it's kind of like the progression of slowly, you know, how we got there. So
Yes. That's a great idea. Oh my
oh my
god.
god.
Guys, like help us, like
Like
somebody, if you guys want to
how it
help us.
started and how it's going or something.
Yes. Oh my god, that's good. Durka evolution. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Okay. Oh, and then thank you so much, Hamid, for a very generous super chat. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. Thank you. And you always are very generous to this channel. Thank you so much, Hamid. Hamid saying, for those who believe in God, what? Oh, we're doing a debate here. Okay, I'm just going to read it. Don't need to respond. What is God? Belief in God has caused wars. Anyone who believes in God wants to do something nonsense for God, especially in the Middle East. Just look what the F is happening in Iran because of God. So, Hamid, I would push back against that. As an atheist myself, I would say that remember that many of the people who were participating in January in the uprising against the Islamic Republic, and many of the people who lost their lives trying to save Iran they believed in God, right? So I am with you there. Like, I know most people don't agree with me. I am completely with you when it comes to not believing in God, and I have debated that. I've been on many debates about God, okay, and I don't believe in God. However, I think the way we talk about it as atheists, we have to talk about it in a way to not alienate all the people who are fighting by our side, who do believe in God, who are fighting for the same thing, who are fighting for liberty, right? Because remember, like, Iran has a very high percentage of atheists, like comparable to many advanced countries, which is true, but it's still minority atheists. So most Iranians are not. Most Iranians have left Islam, but they still do believe in God. And even if we want to debate, like I'm very interested in debating God with anybody who's interested. But when it comes to fighting against like Islamic tyranny, even if we want to debate God, I think we have to do it in a way for us not to alienate the God people who believe in God, especially at a time that we need unity among all the people who are fighting for liberty. So no, Javid is saying Armin has changed his stance on this one. Nope, not at all, Javid. You are completely wrong about that. I have always go look at my debates. I have been on atheist experience. I have been on debates. I have always been an advocate of debating God without alienating people. Even with Muslims, I have said this forever. In fact, I am the guy that always says that my fight with Islam, not with Muslims, and I'm the guy that has been like very aggressive even against like Islam, while saying that we need to be pro-Muslims because they also have been fighting against the Islamic Republic right by our side, right? So the only position that I have changed is that my priority has changed, but my positions are the same. My priority has changed. My priority is that we have this army of the undead coming for the land, and we are debating each other, fighting each other over the throne. And it doesn't really matter who's sitting at the throne, because communism and Islam and woke left and woke right are a threat to civilization, and our disagreement over, I don't know, Judaism, Christianity, Hinduism, or atheism is just a disagreement, and it's not a priority. We could have that disagreement and we could have that debate anytime we want, but when we have Islamic tyranny, when you have communism, when you have the woke left and woke right, basically against civilization as it is right now, then the priority should be against that threat. And we have to be careful not to fight among each other on that topic. Oh, and Javid is saying like this. Okay, Javid, thank you. And Hamid, thank you so much for the support. Hamid, I would you like you should come to our discussion group. We could talk about that. And then we have, okay. And guys, one thing I appreciate about our community here among all of us is that we have disagreements and we don't hide those disagreements. Like I don't hide my atheism from you. And you don't hide your
Wait,
disagreement.
what? You're an atheist?
Okay. 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 I appreciate the fact that I don't have to hide my atheism from you, and you don't have to hide your disagreement with my atheism from me. Like you say, like Armin, you're wrong, and I say, well, I don't believe in God, and we have that disagreement, and that doesn't turn us against each other. Like we're still friends, right? And I might have a disagreement with Javed. I might have a disagreement with Hamid. Hamid. That is the Persian version of saying it. And I have a lot of disagreements sometimes with InServer, but InServer never leaves us, and he's like supporting us. So even though I disagree with him, Torah disagrees a lot with me on atheism. Like you can tell by his username, he always disagrees with me. He's very Jewish, Torah, but he loves me and I love him, even though we disagree on God. And this is how it should be. Okay, and then Ginga, thank you so much for the super chat, saying that looks like Armin's evil twin. the Mr. Navabi. Okay, yes. I mean, he's not evil, guys. Like he's just good with money. Oh yeah, there you go. He doesn't look evil. Like, is that evil? Yeah, Goldie said he would get elected for president, so I don't think that's evil. Yeah. And yes, and thank you, by the way, Kinko. Fleshy Interloper saying top hat fund. I want one too. Okay, we'll make that happen as well. We will make it happen. And thank you so much, Fleshy, for the super chat. I'm not joking, guys. I am going to one day, I don't know when, I'm going to recreate that look, like as close as it could get. I'll come here with that look one day. And then the underdog, thank you so much for the super chat, saying, I wish Goldie had told the others to not use Iranians instead of the Islamic regime. Instead of the Islamic regime when they speak about negotiations.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to pick and choose your battles. And at that moment, I wanted to focus more on the message from the Iranian people against the Islamic regime. If I had had more time, I actually thought that I was going to have like another opportunity to speak, but I only got to speak once. Everyone else kind of spoke twice there. But I was kind of thinking of bringing that up in the next segment. So I was a little bit surprised that I only had like one speaking opportunity. Because I wanted to speak about King Reza Pahlavi. I just didn't get the chance to do so. So next time, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you have to pick your battles, right? Like it's hard to. You have so limited amount of time. So
yeah.
And
Armin, by the way, top hats are only like $70.
Oh wow.
So there you go.
Okay. What Goldie is putting. Oh my god, what's happening? Okay. All right. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, and then we have oh my god. Kurt Schmidt. Yes. Thank you for the super chat, saying, like your hair, do not let anyone tell you different. Okay, Goldie, I think he's talking with me. No.
Okay, thank you.
No, it's not me. It's Goldie. Okay. Oh, okay.
This is
Guys,
this is
remember
the summer look because it's like hot and humid and like, humid outside. So that's why I got all the curls here.
Yeah. Yeah, curls are great. Curls are great. I think I think curls fit the Persian look a lot. I think they go very well with each other. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. And then Nail Bunny, thank you so much. 10 membership gifts to the people in the chat on Liberty Politics. Thank you so much, Nail Bunny. I appreciate that. Thank you. And then we have Sketch. Sketch is saying support for Operation Morning Fury versus malicious TARS. Okay, yes. Thank you for the support. I appreciate your support. Thank you. We will keep doing that. And then we have Sketch with another super chat saying, disbelieving is okay and antagonizing believers, ? For what? I completely agree with that. And I would like to add to that, okay, as well. Believing is also okay, but antagonizing atheists, that is not okay. I think we should accept believers. We should also have acceptance for atheists in the society as well, right? I've been pushing for, so guys, like, I don't know if you guys know, but atheists like globally get a lot of hate and a lot of oppression and a lot of violence and threats. And guess where that happens the most? I wonder. Yes, like in every single country where being an atheist is punishable by death is Islamic and is an Islamic country, right? So you don't have to be an atheist to believe that that's not okay. And thank you, Sketch. I agree with that. And then Dom Dividend is saying, thank you for the super chat, Dom, saying Judeo-Christian values are so potent, atheists think they're universal. Judeo-Christian values are so potent. Well, I mean, I do believe that Western countries became great because of Enlightenment values. But we could debate that, because I think, like, if you look at, there are many Christian countries that didn't get, if it was because of Judeo-Christian, I mean, we have the Philippines, we have Mexico, we have many African countries that are Christian. I think it was the Renaissance and the Age of Enlightenment that led to what Western countries becoming great as they are. Okay, but again, that's a debate that we could have. I mean, the Judeo-Christian values have been with us for 2,000 years, and it was only after the Age of Enlightenment that you all of a sudden saw the explosion of progress in Western European countries and North America, right? So it's not as if it was universal, then why did it take exactly with the Age of Enlightenment for it to take effect? But again, if you want to discuss that, come to the discussion group that we have. We could debate. We could discuss that there. And thank you so much, Dom, for the super chat. And then we have a Scruff Diesel saying, Commander Skidmark. Did I read that wrong?
Yeah, no, it's right.
Okay, it's Commander Skidmark is hilarious. Gonna make boom boom bingo sheet.
So Armin, when I was describing Vahidi, and I was like, basically, this is during one of my live streams in the evening, and I was like describing like why like Vahidi is crazy, and I was like the really crazy ones, they have this like mark on their forehead from like the mold.
Yes.
And I was like, it's like the crazy ones, like they're proud of it. And it's basically like to show like how religious and insane they are. And then I was like, it kind of looks like a skid mark. So now we call him Commander Skid Mark. I don't know. It looks like lake, whatever, Rupishunish. Like you can even tell from afar, like it's just got like the mark there. So yeah, that's why people call him Commander Skid Mark now.
That's good. That's really good. Guys, they actually take the more and rub it on their forehead to try to get that look, because it takes too long to get it by praying. So some people actually rub it they try to force it to make it look like they worship a lot, which is crazy. That's
Yeah.
Commander Skid Mark. That's good. Okay. And then Willie Coyote, thank you so much for the super sticker.
Wiley
Appreciate-
Coyote.
Oh, what did I say?
Willie.
Wiley Coyote.
Okay,
Why do
it's
oh
Wiley
God, I've been
Coyote.
saying that for so long. Yes, Wiley Coyote. No, you know what? From now on, Wiley Coyote is always Willie Coyote. Why not? Like, let's change it. Oh, that is our discussion group happening in 10 minutes. And Wiley Coyote, $1 super sticker. Thank you so much. And then we have a human man as opposed to non-human man. Thank you so much for the super chat saying you are both just amazing. Much love from Saudi.
Oh,
Joe-
Ahlan Wasahlan.
Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Saudi Arabia in
Wow.
the chat. Jovi Shah and Bapish. Ahlan Wasahlan
Jovi
to
Shah
you. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, wait,
Wow. What
shukran.
an amazing. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. Shukran. Thank you. That's
Thank you
so
for being
sweet.
here.
That's so surprising. What an honor. Love to Saudi. Yeah, exactly. People are saying. Very cool. And push up saying Psalms 23, chapter 23, verse 4, King James version of the translation. So guys, go check that out. And thank you for the Bible recommendation. Go check it out. And then we have Omid with the super sticker. Thank you so much for the support. Appreciate that. And then lastly, and lastly, we have divorce lawyer. Oh
Lawyer.
wow. Yeah, lawyer. So you're a divorce lawyer and you also are divorced. So you speak from experience. That's good. Like, yeah, actually, guys, if you are hiring a divorce lawyer, make sure they're divorced themselves. Okay. So that they could, like, you have no personal experience in this matter. Why should I even hire you? That's a very good, yeah. So guys, if you are a divorce lawyer, divorce your husband or your wife so you gain the experience. So you can speak from experience to your clients. Really great advice, legal advice. All right. So what is the super chat saying? If Allah is so great and mommies are supposed to be Hakim means like knowledgeable over kuffar, the unbelievers, how is Israel kicking their behind? Yet another proof Islam is fake. I know what they would say. They would say it's because we have lost our way. And that's actually more proof that we need to go back to our ways. We have gone off the path of being on the side of Allah, and we have to go back to our roots. We need to go extra durka. The fact that we're weak shows that we're not durka enough. That would be the response. I know that would be the response, right? I know.
If I was going to comment, I would just say I would probably keep religion out of geopolitical analytics. When I'm doing my geopolitical analysis, I don't focus on, whether the religion is going to make sure someone wins or not, right? But like when you're looking at war and conflict, you got to look at on the ground stuff. But the thing is, when you're dealing with the Islamic regime, it's ideological, right? So the Islamic regime is all about their never-ending jihad, and the Islamic regime has been for the last 47 years. I mean, listen, like the Islamic regime was successful in taking over Iran in 1979, right? Does that mean the religion is real? And now that after 47 years they're losing, does that mean the religion is fake, right? So I don't think we can put it in terms of outcomes of conflicts as to whether or not a religion is real or not. It's just because the reality on the ground is much different, and that's why I personally I keep religion out of it when I'm discussing geopolitical analysis of the Middle East. The reason that religion factors into the Islamic regime is because they are a theocratic state. And so in the case of the Islamic regime occupying Iran, their religion is in and of itself government policy.
So when I'm criticizing or attacking the ideology of the Islamic regime, that's because it has become fair game now that it is government, like official government policy, right? The Velayat Faqih, it's a theocratic Islamic dictatorship. So at that point, that's where it becomes fair game to criticize, because their decisions are based on their idea of 12er Shia Islam or whatever.
Yes. Okay, and thank you, divorce lawyer, for the super chat, and then Willie Coyote saying, "Thank you, Goldie and Armin. Your passion for this is contagious. It's pronounced Wiley Armin, like the cartoon." Yes, okay. We did it when I watched the cartoon. It was in Iran. So yes, Wiley Coyote. Thank you, and thank you for the super chat. But we did watch the cartoon in Iran. It was just not named that. And thank you for that kind message. Mel Catwoman, thank you so much for the super sticker. Always very supportive. And then Senior Chief Actual with a super chat saying, "Has anyone heard from the Jihadi Pilates group and Master Splinter?"
No.
I don't. Yeah, they might no longer be with us after the Boom Booms.
Yeah. We'll have to see if they make another appearance on TV or not. Who knows?
Yes.
It was the Jihadi, it was Master Splinter and the Jihadi Ninja Turtles doing Jihadi Pilates.
Yes.
We have no idea if they're alive or dead.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And yeah, that was it, guys. Oh, just before we go, just quick reminder that in 4 minutes, no rest for me. Yay, no rest for me. Oh, we're gonna go to the discussion group. This so come and talk. Today is open. Look at this. Today is free. Everybody come there and you could talk to me and the rest of the discussion group. The link is, oh my god, I don't even have the link ready. No, I'm sorry. Okay, you know what, I'll just copy and paste it from here, from the browser. Where are we? Yeah, here. So the link is in the
Sorry, I have a quick Rumble super chat.
Ooh, okay,
So
that's good.
let me just go to that
gives me
really
time.
quick.
That
So
gives me time to get
Great Mega is asking, Goldie, did you ever watch the documentary on the Golden Dome? No, I have not, but I will make a note of that, and I'll write that down and take a look. Thank you so much.
Guys, the pen is coming out. The pen is coming out. Serious now. This is a serious issue.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just now that I got the link, I took advantage of the opportunity with that super chat or the rant on Rumble to put the link in the chat. And this is the discussion group. Come talk to me and the rest of the group. And you could also scan the QR code in the top right. And the link is also in the bio of my channel, Liberty Politics. Okay, so that's that. And Goldie, do you have anything to do later today?
Yeah, I'm doing a live stream later this evening. I'm basically going to be breaking down President Trump's cabinet meeting of May 27 from like a political, insider analysis. So a former politician breaks down President Trump's cabinet meeting, because a lot of people, I've noticed and I've seen in the comments as well, a lot of people do appreciate when I take sort of what politicians say and I break it down and I translate it from politician to English. So I'll be doing that. And Armin, I just realized something. I forgot to turn on this half of the lights in my background. So this entire show, I haven't had the lights on this side, and I literally just noticed.
We have to redo the show.
Yeah, we have to just
redo the show. Guys, we're going to be back right here.
Delete the recording. We have to restart. Guys, I even have to call Newsmax now. I have to call Newsmax and be like, just delete the interview. I have to redo the interview.
Oh, no.
So, there you go.
Oh, my God. All right.
All right.
Okay. All right, guys. So, yeah, that's about it. And today, Goldie, we're going to do one extra. Okay. So we're going to do just today. We're going to say, Am Israel Chai, Slava Ukrainia, Long Live America,
God bless America,
Javicha,
Payande,
Iran. See you guys later.
غرق انقلاب است. کشور ما، تاریخ ما درسی دگر فرا گرفته، گویی اهورا مستا دوباره در نور خود مرا گرفته. اکنون سرودی سر میدهم باز فارغ از رنج و تشویش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. هن ای پدر، هن ای پسر، برخیز و باماش و همگاه، تا درد آن تجربه تلخ ما را نکشیده در آب. بگذار هر دم بغرند گرگ‌ها در لباس میش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ای کارگر، ای برزگر، راحت کنون ادامه دارد در این زمان که پرتو یزدان از هر سو بر تو میبارد. پس پیش به سوی آزادی از بحر خزر تا کیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. خلق‌ها به پا بهر دفاع از استقلال و آزادی، تا بشکنیم پشت ارتجاع تیریزی ویران آبادی. تا زنده سازیم سنت‌های می از فعالین و کیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. با امید روزی که تمام این دلبشو و انقلاب تموم بشه و ما در روشنایی، نور و سعادت مردم کشورمون غرق بشیم. نه خارجی، نه بیگانه، نه مستشارهای ویرانی، نه چیر خاران، نه کاسه لیسان، فقط هم رزمان ایرانی. ما با شرافت میهنی بسازیم بهر فرزندان خویش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. مردان بیایید داخل صف ما، اکنون که آغاز رویاست. دشمنان بدانید ما زنده هستیم، بعد از ما هم ایران پابرجاست. آن روح شیطان ما را فریب داد با صد شعار مردمیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. پرچم ما، پرچم ایران غرق خون شهیدان، روی شانه هامان حمل می‌کنیمش در هر خیابان و میدان. تا ماسک دلقکان را برداریم از روی تسبیح و ریش. ایران غرق